Hi everyone. I'm feeling quite weak today, and I wanted to make a video especially for those of you who endure the challenges of a physical disability and also the set of challenges that come with chronic pain. I don't want to make someone that has a mental health issue feel bad by this video. What I have to share, I mean objectively, to help those of you where you're at in life right now, in the here and now. I want to share a story with you about my life. On February 27th, 2015, my right hip joint was replaced. When you're going to have hip replacement surgery, or any surgery for all that matters, there is a screening that takes place so that problems can be anticipated and the hospital is able to determine how to best manage your care while in hospital. When I went for the pre-screening surgery appointment, I met with an anesthetist, and I was asked if I suffered from depression. I don't, and I expressed this to the anesthetist. The anesthetist's response was, "I need you to be honest with me. If you suffer with depression, we just want to plan for it while you're in the hospital." And I again articulated that I don't. And the anesthetist's response to me was, "Could you explain this to me?" So I'm willing to. And she also expressed that it was very unusual and wanted to understand. What I've found very helpful to me is to find ways of occupying my mind irregardless of how my body is doing, and to keep my mind active and take care of myself, especially for the days that come along like today, where I'm feeling extremely weak because of pain and stiffness in my joints. This explanation was well accepted by the anesthetist, and she actually made a special remark on my patient chart that I don't suffer with depression. Where I'm going with this and why I'm making this video is that I want to encourage you on your good days to spend some time thinking about what it is that you could be doing when you're very weak from your symptoms, and basically to form a game plan of how you will spend your time and how you will take care of yourself when a bad day comes along. For me, there are some interests that I have that don't involve a lot of physical activity. Besides making this video, I enjoy writing. I'm also developing a website to go along with my videos. I'd like to see these videos transform into a career of guest speaking. And so I'm trying to think of what I would need in place for this to happen. So obviously having a website to support this YouTube channel is going to be helpful to me. I also really enjoy nature. And one of the things I'm going to be doing this summer when the weather warms up a bit is getting out to do some more nature photography. I'm sharing this with you that maybe that's a form of escape. I enjoy sketching. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it, and that's what matters. And that's another activity that can be done on a day when my body's weaker. The other thing that I enjoy doing is watching videos about nature. It's relaxing, it's enjoyable, it passes time. And so these are a few of the ideas that I want to share with you. I don't know what's going to interest you personally, but there's got to be something in you that you could do a little bit of on a day when you're weak. Even if it is like a word search or number puzzles, even connect the dots, or doing a painting. The other part of planning for a weekday is the practical necessities of food, the bowel and bladder functions, and then having sufficient rest. And if you're someone that needs it, some type of social engagement. So for food, I cook and freeze about 6 weeks worth of meals at a time. It's proven very helpful to me. Cooking for yourself helps your money go further. And for me, I notice how you make less dishes, or you don't make more dishes, is a better way of saying it, when you're making several meals ahead of time. As long as there's some variety, it works out really well for me. For bowel and bladder, thankfully, I either can get to the toilet, or else I use a urinal and clean it out, two or three times a day. The urinals come in very handy for when I'm just waking up and having to pee before I can get to the toilet. When I first wake up, my joints are stiff and I risk falling. So you need to plan for bowel and bladder movements. And social interaction, relationships take a long time to form. There are friendships, or at least contacts, that have formed through various groups for those affected with hip and knee injuries that I'm a part of on Facebook. And as you narrow down and you get interested in and learning about someone, it's natural to form a Facebook friend request, and that might be someone that you can talk to on a day when you're weak, or making a post to a group relevant to your diagnosis so that you have people that can understand where you're at and support. Not everyone's going to need a lot of interaction, but if you need it, that is a viable option in this time with the technology that's currently available. So overall, I encourage you to make a plan for when your disability is at its worst, and then refine the plan. It doesn't have to go perfect the first time, as long as you have a starting point, so that when a day comes along and you're exceptionally weak, that you're not feeling froze or stuck, and you sit there on the couch and just literally are frozen because you don't know what to do or how to do it. If you are stuck, there's no lack of social workers, occupational therapists to help discuss the practical logistics of how to do things. There's also value in talking to some people who have walked the path that you're on and can help you with strategies that they've developed. and then you end up taking life a day at a time. I've mentioned my index cards a few times now. I just want to show you again. For days like today, I've got these index cards where what I want to do, I've just wrote a task on each one. In fact, I did this wheelchair bearing order yesterday, so it's now in my done pile. And then what's on top is the next task I want to accomplish when I'm feeling up to it. So deep cleaning the bathroom is going to be a job that's going to require some physical activity, and certainly today is not a day that I can do it. So then I would just go through the index cards to find what I can do on a day like today and then pursue it. And I put these in order of priority, and it's quite helpful to have these. I want to assure you that this is a good system that works for me. You may have your own system, but at least you have one. I hope I've given you some things that will be helpful to you. Try not to panic if you're weak. This does pass, and a good day will come again at some point for you, even if it takes some endurance to get to that point. Thank you for the time that you've spent with me today. I really do appreciate it. Bye for now.